to Ausable Valley Disc Golf. Alex and I are here, and it's been a long time. We've had a couple months off of filming and editing and all that stuff for this channel. We ended up creating a new channel for bowling, and up in the right hand corner you might see a little thing for it or somewhere, just in case you guys are interested in bowling.
Yeah. Basically, it was kind of hard to do both channels simultaneously throughout the winter, and we decided to go to one and pretty much stick with that alone, and that ended up being bowling because we could film the videos in the off season of disc golf, along with honestly, bowling's getting a little bit more traction right now, so we figured it was probably better to go with the bowling than to try and go through and edit up a whole bunch of disc golf. There wasn't enough time in the day.
Yeah, but anyways, Alex and I are here at Beauty, which is down by Ludington. This is one of the, I believe, one of the courses that they play the state championships on. It's very right-handed friendly. It's a tough course, but it's not overly tough.
No,
you know?
It's the shorter of the two on the property. They have Beauty and Beast on the same property here. And we played this one around about a year ago, give or take. I believe it's 11 months.
Yeah, but it was sometime in May. I was just learning my Discmania bag, and we jumped out of the car and jumped right in it, which is this like 3 hour plus drive.
Right.
You know, by the time you make your way there. Not that those are excuses, but
Ooh, giant basket.
Yeah. But it's reality, and I didn't play as well as I think I should have, and I'm really, really interested in attacking this course again. I think now that I've gotten used to the bag I have, I think I could play much better. I've got a few more understable discs in my repertoire to where I can deal with this heavy right-handed course. But I'd like to have another crack at it and see what's going on here.
Yeah, all of these holes that show the road, the road does play out of bounds, or as a river, if you would. So if you find yourself on it, it is unfortunately a stroke penalty. I don't think we found it at all during our trek, but
yeah, I don't think we went OB at all. But
this was actually one of my favorite holes. You shoot over top of the road, over some pines. Obviously, it's more right-handed friendly. It definitely has the
super right-handed friendly hole.
But it was a very picturesque hole.
Yeah, and somebody had donated a disc to the course. It was stuck in one of the tall pines up at the top. So.
Yep.
Sometimes trying to go up and over isn't always as easy as it needs to be. But
this was another good one. You're shooting right back towards the road. The basket's pretty much right where that center tree is.
Yeah, I did like the change of elevations on this course.
Yes.
It's not a very long course, so the change of elevation really made it so it wasn't just kind of a pitch and putt course.
Right.
I think maybe the longest was 350, 360-ish, I think.
What the fuck did you hit?
But, and obviously there's some woods in here too, so it was a nice little mixture. For myself, I wish the layout would have been more neutral.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, here we are doing.
This is one of the fun baskets that they have.
Yeah.
Elevated up on a stump, very, very difficult to putt on, especially if you're down that hill, because it makes it a
check this out.
hugely.
Come on.
Bye.
Yeah.
That's the other challenge too.
And you miss that, and it's costing you
two more strokes.
Good putt.
So.
But you'll see me throw a lot of mids here, a lot of putters, very few holes where I'll actually throw a driver.
No height.
Also on this trip, we found out my car has a massive problem with it, which caused us to cut it short, and also didn't quite put me in the right frame of mind. We didn't know exactly what was wrong with it, but I knew something was wrong with it, and just was messing with me, even though I rarely make those putts anyway.
Right. Yeah, we had planned for a nice disc golf trip on this particular day, and you know,
there's quite a few courses in the Ludington area.
Yeah, you know, we were gonna. I don't know. I think our goal was to hit 3 or 4 courses,
something like that,
and we ended up just hitting this one course,
right?
Because we had a major auto malfunction, and to be honest, we were worried about just making it home.
Right.
So
luckily, we did make it home. It ended up just being a power steering leak, albeit a massive power steering leak.
Yeah.
But regardless.
Yep, this is a tough hole.
Big old spike hyzer.
Definitely tougher one for a lefty. I ended up hitting a way early tree.
Yeah, the first 6 holes start out fairly open.
That was a pretty good shot.
There's obviously still trees you had to shoot over, but the fairways were mostly open, and then you get into the next 6 holes or so, or even more. Actually, it was very woodsy disc golf.
Yeah, after I believe like hole 6 or whatever it is, it becomes woods disc golf, and then I think the last hole opens up into more of a field type of course. But yeah, we're just kind of splashing around, not looking like we know what we're doing here.
So as we mentioned, a lot of these courses are played during the state's layout. There's Beauty, Beast, I believe Leviathan is in the area as well. Just about half an hour south, and you get to Flip City. You get to a bunch of the courses down that way. A little bit further north, and you get to Travers. That's more like an hour or so north,
right.
But a lot of good disc golf courses over on the west side of the state.
Yeah, for sure. And I had never played this course before, so I had no idea what I was getting into.
Same here.
You know, all you do is hear about, you know, this is a state tournament course, so I was really looking forward to playing it, because I kind of thought maybe I'd want to play it, but I don't know if I want to say I don't want to play it, but I was not happy with it being so right-handed dominant, even though most courses are, because there are more right-handed people than left-handed people. But for someone that throws strictly left-handed backhand, and I don't have like a lefty forehand, it's very, very tough.
That being said, this is one of the better holes on the course, I would say. It still does favor a right-hander, for sure.
Yeah.
But you get the open, you get the out of bounds on your right-hand side. I personally believe it's one of the better courses or one of the better holes on the course.
Yeah. Looks like we're back into the woods, and I finally have a pretty good drive here, and
yeah.
Yeah.
I believe this was the option route, where you could go either left or right, and it's up behind this group of trees.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had made that.
I, in fact, did not make that.
Good, too.
John did, though.
Yeah, that was my first birdie. So, struggling, as you can see with the scores. You know, I'm not putting anything out there that people are going to want to remember.
Where are you going?
Not where you wanted it, apparently.
No. That's part of my game that if I were to say it would be my worst part is when things go bad, I don't have the ability to bring it back in and zero back in. When things go bad, things go bad.
Right.
Set.
Off the top.
Yeah.
Off the bottom. And at this point, you had kind of given up on the course.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate part is,
nowhere in that grass, man.
I had started to struggle, and I didn't like the disc that I had in my bag, because everything seemed to be overstable, but everything called for understable. So I just could not. It was a fight to get through this whole course, and it really was.
Right.
And other than maybe like my putters, there maybe a couple mid ranges. None of these discs I think are still in my bag, for this year. So
yeah, if you watched some of the videos that we may have filmed after this, John essentially overhauled the bag and said, "What is the most understable discs?"
Yeah,
this company
I
makes?
was literally texting some of the people from Discmania, and I'm like, I need understable, and I mean, I know they're not making anything specifically for me, but they kept telling me there are things in the works, because Discmania has always been a power thrower brand.
Yeah.
I mean, Eagle, at the time it was like Eagle, Simon, and what's the other?
Kyle Klein.
Yep. So every one of those throwers is just bombers. And so everything was overstable, and and every disc they made was overstable, and then when they came up with a new one, it was even more overstable than the previous
Right.
one. So they never went understable, and I don't know if they started getting other people saying, "Hey, we need something understable if want us to throw your stuff," but then the DD. One came out, and then the DD came out, and some of the more understable mids that they came out with are so I think Discmania is starting to round out their game to where everybody gets to play it with them now.
Right. We're in some of the alternate-ish holes.
Hercules.
A lot of them aren't played during the state tournament, but they're almost filler holes, it feels like. A lot of them are under 200 feet, and the fairways aren't quite shaped.
Right.
Because they don't have the foot traffic that the normal layout does. So that kind of plays into some of our determining factors in how we rate these courses. Obviously, your alternates are not going to get the foot traffic that your regular layout. It's just the way that it is.
Right.
But at the same time, if your alternates are just tree here, tree there, and there's no real fairway,
right,
it doesn't make it fun to play them.
Right.
Wow. I don't know what that was.
Hey, I got a putt to stay.
Picked up a couple strokes on me.
Yeah. And here's the final hole. Like we said.
Is this the final hole?
Yeah.
It is the final hole.
It's 287 feet straight up, but
yeah,
it's
huge,
up
the hill.
It's a huge incline. It's right next to the trees up there. You park it. You almost aced it, actually.
Get it? Oh.
I'm trying to give it a good run.
At the time, I believe that was the Tour Series Venom that I was throwing, and I actually liked that disc, but it's not pink, so it didn't stay in my bag.
Yeah. So that's it. Alex ended up taking it down, beat me by 4 strokes. Pretty good looking for. I mean, I think it was both of our first time playing it.
Yeah.
As a course, I'm not a huge fan, but I also want to replay it again because I don't know if my judgment is skewed or not. I would say probably right away I would give it like a 3-3. Yeah, with the possibility of the score being completely different.
Yeah, I'm somewhere around that range. I think I'm a little bit higher, probably closer to a 3-6. Obviously, I'm not struggling with the right versus left conundrum that John does, but the other things are, there's some holes that are just not really there, and there's some tee pads that were also deteriorating. I think this year we're going to try and go back there sometime in August before states. Hopefully John and I both qualify.
Yep. All right, so please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and let us know if you want us to keep doing these.